What's up everyone, it's that Math Magician, and on this video we're taking a look at systems of equations, and we have some examples, and we're not going to know up front whether it's elimination, substitution, equal values method. We won't know, but we're going to have to decide which one to use, and then we'll solve it and find out where those two lines intersect. So let's go ahead and jump right into this example where I have a system of equations. X equals 4 minus 2y, and then 3x minus 2y equals 4. Remember, we have two lines, and all we're trying to do is find that point of intersection. So, looking at this system of equations, we want to figure out what's the best method to use. Now, notice that we do know what one variable equals, right? That first equation starts off with x equals. So we know that x equals 4 minus 2y, right? This part right here. That is what x equals. And on the second equation, we don't start off with x equals or y equals or anything like that, right? It's just a normal equation, nothing really special about it. Well, because I know what one variable is, and that variable shows up in the second equation, I think this is a perfect example for us to use substitution method. We know that x equals 4 minus 2y, so we should take that 4 minus 2y and we should substitute it in for x in our second equation, and that's going to allow us to create a brand new equation where we can solve for y. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to take that equation, the second equation. Notice that I am rewriting that equation, but I'm not going to write x because I know what x equals. Remember, x equals 4 minus 2y. So we substitute that value in for x, okay? Now, we have that 3 out in front. I'm definitely going to have to use distribution method here to now multiply both terms inside by 3. So let's go ahead and do that. 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. And then 3 times negative 2y would give me negative 6y. Don't forget to bring down the minus 2y and the positive 4. Alrighty, so far so good. Right now we're just working to solve for y. Well, I have negative 6y's, but I'm taking 2 more away. I think that we can actually combine these like terms, right? So I'm going to bring the 12 down. That doesn't change. Still going to equal 4. But negative 6y's minus 2 more y's, that's going to make negative 8y's. Alrighty, we're getting there. We almost have y by itself. I got to keep zooming out so that we can see all the work that we have here. So what's my next step? I want to get rid of this 12. I don't like that 12 over here, right? So I'm going to minus 12. I'm going to minus 12, moving that constant over to the other side of the equation. And I now have negative 8y's. It's going to equal 4 minus 12, which is negative 8. And our very last step to get our y's by itself are to divide both sides by negative 8. Notice that they're both, each side going to simplify to 1, leaving me with y equaling 1. Whew, that's a lot of steps, right? It's a lot of steps. But I want you to go back and really look and see what we did. We knew what x equaled. X equals 4 minus 2y. We substituted that in for x in that second equation. And at that point, it's just a matter of isolating our y variable. We distributed 3. We combined like terms. We subtracted 12. We divided by negative 8. Those steps seem small, right, when we think about them individually. But when it's a grand scheme, right, this whole big length of work we have to do, then it can get more complicated. But you guys got it. You got to persevere, okay? Alrighty, well, we solved for y, but we still do not know what x is. So we now have to go backwards and solve for x. So I'm going to take that first equation that we had. X equals 4 minus 2y. But instead of writing y, I'm going to bring in what y equaled, right? We know that y equaled 1. So I'm going to substitute that back in. So 2 times 1 is going to become a positive 2. We have it right there. And last but not least, 4 minus 2 ends up a value of 2. So our answer here, our final point of intersection that we found, don't forget to write your answer as an ordered pair. It always goes XY. It is 2, 1. That is our final point of intersection. You have solved this system of equation using the substitution method. All right, everyone, it's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.